Hi, Teresa. We are live.
I know. I'm excited. It's good to see you, Ruble. And today's topic is having a great mindset in business and how to really work with your mindset in business. And so we're going to have a conversation today, Ruble and I, and ask questions back and forth and perhaps get some feedback from you. But let's discover all around the mindset in business. And so Ruble, I'm going to let you take it off.
Yeah, for sure. And Teresa, so thank you so much. This is great. Whenever we have a conversation, I always enjoy. You have great questions, so this is an important piece. Many people, like ever since 2008, I think 6, 7, 8, when the book Secret was released, I have been trying to sit at home and like lay down on bed for the whole day and meditate and trying to get a Mercedes to come to my garage without doing anything. And like after 13 years of working, I'm kidding, but after 13 years of working like that, I still don't have the Mercedes. So that's why I wanted to think about it. Like, how do we actually manifest things into our lives? Right? People say it's very easy. You just need to just start imagining and all of a sudden it will show up. The reality, guys, is that we need so much more than that. Like, I understand that book was phenomenal. And it gave you so much insight into the human potential and the power that you have in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. But that's not completely it. There are so many more things that you need to do. Are we aligned to who we want to become? Do we have the stories in alignment with who you want to become and what you want to do? Do you have values that are in alignment with what you want to do? Do you have beliefs that are in alignment with what you want to do? Do you have habits that are in alignment with what you want to do? So me trying 13 years of, that was a joke. I mean, Teresa didn't even laugh. Oh my gosh.
You don't have that vehicle yet then.
Yeah, I don't have that vehicle yet, but I bought a Lexus now. But the point is, guys, mindset is not just manifestation from inaction. Mindset is having enough potential inside of you, enough alignment inside of you. You have drive and inspiration to create the strategies that you need to create to go forward and build the dream that you want to build and have the energy to take action even when you are failing. That's what the definition of mindset for me. Yeah.
Absolutely. And all of those things are so important. I also will add to that. And I think what's really important is to get clear on what it is you actually really want, and not just, I want to have more money. More money is yeah, absolutely. That's great. You want more money, but what does more money actually mean? Does that mean more money could be an extra $1,000 or it could be $1 million, but getting clear and concise on what you want is really important to see, okay, this is what I want and here's where I am. How do I actually, what would it take to get there? And who do I need to be, as you were saying, Ruble, who do I need to actually be in order to be that person with $1 million? Just say, who is that person with $1 million? And that's the beliefs and so forth, values will show up.
Yeah. Yes. And when Teresa is saying, who do you need to become in order to be successful? This is not a catchphrase, guys. This is a real thing. And I will explain that in a second. But before that, we need to be able to calibrate with the direction of our soul. Like, there is a direction for your soul as in SOUL, not the shoe one, the other one, right? So there is a direction for the soul. You came here for a purpose. There is a genius within you that you probably are not calibrating to, or you are already calibrating. And why are you listening to this video? But just kidding. But the point is that if you are able to calibrate yourself with that soul's purpose, the direction of that soul, using your mindset and using your body to take action, when you are in alignment, then you are in the right place. And one of the great opportunity that you have for tomorrow is I'm doing a mega event around, I think, it's going to be several hundred people will be attending this. This is done by New Life Expo, which is shout out to New Life Expo. They do major events with Deepak Chopra and Mariana Williamson and some of the authors who wrote Secret too, right? So this is an amazing group. They're doing an event with me. It's a free event. There's no cost to it. And they are sponsoring this event. So you could go ahead and if you are attending this live from anywhere in the world, you could attend that. This is if you are in the US, it's at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. That's tomorrow, or 11 a.m. Pacific if you are on the Pacific side. But if you are in another country, figure out the time. And if this fits you, this is going to be a phenomenal experience for you to find the right mindset and find your soul's genius. So go ahead and click on the link and click on the details and register it and be part of it. And this is going to be, you'll be pleasantly surprised with it's a 2.5 hours of intensive strategic training that will teach you from mindset to strategy to action. So speaking of that, so Teresa was talking about who are you becoming? When you say who are you becoming, what does that mean? It means that you see yourself as this person in the deepest of your mind. Like when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep, when you are on your day-to-day activities, when you look at yourself, let's say zoom out and then look from the top and you look at you, the person that you see is a person who is successful already, the person who is wealthy already, the person who has the money, the relationship, the health, the other things that you want to have already. And when you are able to be in that level of alignment, then that's when the miracle happened, Teresa.
Yeah. Just going back to the event that you're hosting tomorrow, which sounds fabulous. What's one of the outcomes that someone can walk away with tomorrow?
Sure. So one other thing that we are doing tomorrow is how to discover your soul's zone of genius. What happens is, like, humans are in this journey, try to figure out purpose. I kind of got a little bit lucky, lot of bad luck and little bit of luck. I was able to get out of my work life at the age of 37. And I do what I want to do at this point in my life. Thank you so much for that opportunity. That's why I'm sharing this with you, to find your soul's zone of genius, because your soul has a zone of genius. And if you're able to calibrate with that energy, then the darkness, the fight, the fear, the negative energy and the negative emotion that is holding you back and bringing you back to where you are, or to a lower self, it's going to go away. That's what we are going to talk about. It's going to help you. I have a fascinating concept of judgment and how to use judgment as a spiritual tool. That's kind of a weird one, but how to use judgment. If you're really good at judging people or judging yourself, for example, how to use judgment as a tool to grow your spiritual life. So that's what we are talking about tomorrow.
Nice.
It's going to be fascinating.
It's great. So and then going back to what we were talking about, I've taken on this challenge called 75 Hard, and it's a program, but basically this is about a program, and I'll show you how this is relevant here. Actually, I'm getting a little bit of feedback there. 75 Hard is where you take 75 days and you follow a particular structure of habits you start to put into your life. For instance, like 2 workouts a day, or so much water per day, or reading 10 pages a day, listening to audio learnings so much per day. So there's certain habits you start to take on every day that you weren't perhaps taking on before, but it's a challenge to see, can I get through 75 days with these new habits? Because I'll tell you, what happens in something like that is, as you start out your first day of following these new habits that are actually going to help build you as a person and to have you step into a greater you, there's going to be days that you may not complete everything. But here's the challenge. The challenge is that if you don't complete everything, you go back to day 1 and you start your 75 days over again. So Here's what shows up. Here's what I've learned from this experience so far, because I've only just begun, is that it's in those moments where you decide not to follow through in your commitment and your new habits that have you step up and raise your standard. It's in those moments you decide not to do it, is your greatest opportunity of growth right there, because that is the time where you actually come face to face with what's preventing you from moving forward and actually being the person you need to be in order to reach the goal that you want. So those moments are actually gifts. When you reach those moments of like, I don't want to do that, or I forgot to do that. Those are actually gifts given to you to say, wake up, pay attention, What do I need to do to step into that? Because if you don't step into that, that's what keeps you going backwards instead of going forward.
Yeah, and surprise, surprise, there is only one person who is stopping you from moving to the next level, which is a part of your lower self. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we all have our own different levels of identity. Like, let's say, for example, you get like really mad, you get like totally fearful, or you're like so like scared. What happens? You drop into a lower identity. So we all have our own highest identity. When you are all happy and joyful and excited and romantic, and you go to Paris, all of a sudden everybody is so romantic, excited. Like you go for a wedding, all of a sudden everybody is romantic. But you go to a funeral, like everybody is like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't express my, this is how humans are, right? So what happens is we have our own higher versions of ourselves and lower versions of ourselves. We will talk about that next week when we go into the identity side of the area. Teresa, we should, if you're available, let's talk about that too next Friday. But for now, the point is, when you are in this challenge that Teresa was talking about, you're on 7th day, you don't want to wake up. You cannot. Your body says, I just want to sleep in today. Like, I want to work out, but you know what? I could take one day off. That's the day that you are going to expand to the next level. That's the day that would pull you out of this lower identity and push you to the next level, right? That's the day, that's the biggest opportunity. And whenever you are going through a major challenge, when you feel like, you know what, I'm done, I cannot do this anymore, and then you do something, and then it still says, I don't think I could move another inch, and you still move, that's the moment, like Teresa said.
And that's winning the war with your mind, because your mind is more powerful than anything. And so, but that's the defining moment, whether or not you're going to step up or not. So the two things, first, about any suggestion I make is first get clear on what do you really want, get clear and concise, exactly what it looks like. And then write out, who do I need to be to actually reach that goal? And then where am I right now based on my standards? What do I need to shift to actually be that person to move forward?
And that's our time. Teresa, thank you so much for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And we do this Facebook Lives every Friday, sometimes with different guests. And I'm fortunate to have Teresa with 3 times Guinness World Record holder, Teresa Dugwell, with us today. Thank you so much for checking in, guys. Have an amazing time. If you guys are coming to our event, like there is a link on the chat. If you don't find it, just go search for Ruble Chandy event. Or somewhere in one of my Facebook pages, and you should be able to find it. I would love to see you there. Have an amazing day. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.